Hello and welcome to Smith Family Gaming. I'm Zane, your host. Today we're going to try to do some OSL effects on my Fire Berserker for the Dweghom faction in Conquest Last Argument of Kings. And this will be my first time to do that. If you don't know what an OSL is, it is a object source lighting. So if you've got a lightsaber that is glowing next to somebody, that glow is going to get on their face or wherever it is, and it's going to object. That object is sending out their own light. So that's what that means. And so we're going to try this for the first time. I've got some inks that I just got from Scale 75 a while back with my instant colors. So we're going to try to use some of those inks to get a nice glaze of kind of a yellow and maybe a little bit of orange, and try to get that over some of these parts of my miniature. So we'll take the camera over to the desk here and take a look. Okay, so I've got my new palette out. It finally came in. It's Redgrass's painter's palette, I think is the size. This is the smaller of the two sizes that they come. I do have the larger size, but I figure for a small project, as one template on this one, a painting kind of template that I'm going to go for this, for all the rest of them, that a smaller area is perfectly fine. I could use any of my other palettes and put a different thing on there. Originally, my first palette was the Masterson, or I believe it's a Masterson, the cheap one from Hobby Lobby, and I used it and I hated it. I just could never get it to work for me, and so I finally saw Redgrass on Kickstarter for their Everlasting palette. I tried backing for it. There was some kind of problem with them trying to get the money when it came out, probably because it was through my bank, and they throw up a big hassle when it's overseas. So I wasn't able to get it on the first time. The second time around, they had the nice new hobby holders, and I went ahead and I picked up quite a few of them. Well, actually only 2 of them, and a bunch of caps, so that I could do a whole regiment with them. And I went ahead and during the pledge manager, I got the extra large palette. So, and I was like, oh man, now this is what I thought a wet palette was all about, you know, after I started using it and everything else. And then I watched some videos and stuff, trying to see how it worked out. I used my army painter paints in a wet palette, and it just never seemed to work right, because I think that either I wasn't shaking the paint hard enough, or just maybe my paints, I don't know. I have a hard time with army painter paints. They just separated so easily. I couldn't leave them overnight, and then they would just go and be all over the place. And so they wasn't working like I wanted them to on that. I think they're already a little too wet, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I was having trouble with it, and I did a little bit of research on it and looked at some other YouTubers and everything else that did their own miniatures, and way better than me, obviously, and found out that you could use parchment paper for paper, and that the problem with the Masterson was the paper that it came with is junk, and it does not belong for miniature painting. That is very true, because after I changed it and started using, just some parchment paper, it works great. Don't have any problem with it. It does tend to mold easier than any other palette I've ever seen. I got a penny in it to help take care of that. But I've been rambling for long enough now, so I'm going to get this. I've got my Intensity yellow, and then we're going to try to glaze a little bit with this here, and that's how I'm going to try to get this OSL effect on this guy. So I'm going to put a little bit out on my palette, and we're going to go from there. I'm probably going to turn the volume off because I'm going to listen to music. I like to listen to music while I paint, but I do not think that I don't want to get sued for not having copyright and get copyright infringement or whatever. I don't want that. You know, I'm just a regular dude. I cannot afford, you know, a millionaire to sue me because I'm listening to the music on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to turn the volume off, but I'll leave the camera on. Make sure that we're focused in real good. And we'll go from there. you know, I could keep fiddling and fiddling and fiddling, and I don't feel like I would ever get it where I completely like it. I noticed some spots where I just don't like what I ended up with, and there's other spots that I truly love what I ended up with really well. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully, I did do some right around his eyebrows where there would be some of this fire here going around. So, and it's all pretty much right around, you know, the bottom area. I did put a little bit here. I didn't think that there would be enough, because fire normally, the light, mostly fire isn't above your head. Okay, if it is, I don't think it's shining that much down upon you, or at least that's my idea. I have no idea because I haven't been around fire above my head. It might let you glow a lot if it's above your head, and then I would need to, you know, add more on his arm and down here, but I did add a little bit down along here on the back of his neck and up to his shoulder, and then kind of faded it away. And then up here on his banner, I did quite a bit. I like what I did here. Whatever I try to do there, I don't really like that, but I don't think it turned out bad. And for my first attempt, I'm going to give myself a D, because I'm not super happy with it. More practicing on different things, but that's part of this, why we're doing that here, is to get better at it. I did also put a little bit of yellow around here. I don't think it even, yeah, it showed up a little bit, but so there he is. I will put a link to my IMGUR, and to get a better look at some of this, and get closer pictures of it if this doesn't turn out well. And now I just remembered that I was going to add some down in here, because this, to me, and like all the pictures I've seen, is kind of like it's a furnace burning inside of him, which I love that idea. So I'm gonna have to go over that a little bit with some of the yellow, and really try to bring that out also with the OSL. So please leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me how poorly I did. Give me some pointers if you got some pointers. If not, you know, that's cool too. But try to remember to like and subscribe and share to everybody that you know, so we can make this channel better as best we can. The more I see that people are watching my videos and enjoying what I do, I can upgrade some of my stuff. Right now I don't feel like upgrading. I feel like it's a waste of money, because I'm not making any money off of this at all, and I don't really plan on it, but it doesn't feel like I should be spending money on more money on my hobby as an extra hobby. So more likes and subscribes and everything else, and the more people tune in and do like it, then I'll think about actually upgrading some of my equipment. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.